Morning, students. And before starting the second unit, I've already said that the unit 1 is being posted in code now. You can access through the code now and you can verify and you can go through that, the material. And I have also posted 1 or 2 videos in title 2 only. There are title 1, title 2, title 3 and title 4, so on. So title 2, in which I have posted my material, you can go through with that title 2 and you can check it out and you can download the material and you can start preparing. As I already have said you that the people or the students, those who score less than 15 marks in the mid examinations are removed from the list of additional courses. Okay, please be cautious and accordingly work hard. That's an intention of me not to make any further changes in that final list. And 17 serious people are not serious about the classes. They are not attending. Only 1 or 2 they are regularly attending, and remaining all 4 they are not at all attending the classes. And it's a problem, a great problem for them if the case. Okay, so today I'm going to start with the unit 2, that is microwave components and applications. And for that, before going to this microwave components, first let me tell you that what are these microwave components, why do we prefer this, and what are the advantages or applications we have. Why do we make use of microwave components? Let me check down here. Then we will see the different types of microwave components. So we have basically, there are different types of signals which is to be propagated. So I'm going to tell you that what are the microwave components first. Then we'll get into different types of microwave components in detail. So first, this microwave components, it is nothing but where consider a rectangular waveguide. Assume that this is a rectangular waveguide. In which, so this is the rectangular waveguide. So in which if the wave need to propagate along this waveguide. Okay, so I'm going to tell you that what are the functionalities of microwave components. What does it mean actually? So now microwave components nothing but, so whenever we require the signal which is to be transmitted through the waveguide, or it has to be received from the waveguide to and fro, vice versa. If you want to transmit the signal through the waveguide, or if you want to receive the signals from the waveguide, so these microwave components play in a vital role. Okay, they play in a vital role in transmitting and reception of the signals through the waveguides. Okay, so that is the main importance of microwave components. Is the audio and video clear for you, and can you able to listen properly without any disturbance? Okay. Okay. And now, so these are nothing but the microwave components. The microwave components will help, or the role of microwave components in the communication through the waveguide is they can transmit the signals through the waveguide, or they can also receive the signals from the waveguides. So that is a functionality performed by microwave components. So we have different types of microwave components according to the syllabus. Okay, so in the syllabus, let me give a few details. What are the microwave components we are about to discuss in this particular second unit, where we have probes and loops. We have probes and loops are the microwave components, and we have waveguide windows. Waveguide windows. We have tuning screws and tuning posts. Then after that we have matched loads. It's now further issues. The functionality will be different of these matched loads. Then waveguide attenuators. Waveguide attenuators. So according to requirement to attenuate the signal, we'll be making use of these waveguide attenuators. The functionality and the change of these attenuators, it will be made in the waveguide to attenuate the required signals. We'll see the details while we are discussing about the waveguide attenuators. So these are generally termed as the microwave components. So these are the components which we are going to discuss in this particular unit. Okay. So now let me start initially with the probes and loops. What are these probes and loops? Let me discuss in detail regarding this. Now, these probes, coming to the case of probes and loops. These are the microwave components which we are initially going to discuss. First, I'll be concentrating on the probes. What are these probes? So if you have any doubt, meanwhile, you can ask Andy. Okay. And please be attention towards the class. So most of the people, we have experienced that they are just putting their into logging in and they are moving out doing their personal works. Okay, it does not mean. Please do understand the faculty are facing a lot of problem during this corona, and most of them affected also. Okay, even then they are keeping their full efforts in conducting these online classes with more efficient way. So make use of that. Okay. And now let me discuss about the probes. What does these probes means? What are these microwave components called probes? How it is being used, and what is the diagram or construction of this probe? A probe is, we can consider that you might have seen about in a probe. It has been something like that CRO probe. You might have experience about this CRO. You might have seen already the CRO probe. It is been same. The probe, it gives the same meaning that it is also like the probe name itself. It is been given, but as it looks like a probe there. Now, first, let us mean how the probe is being constructed and where it is being inserted. At the initial, we have to insert how it is helpful to transmit the signals and how it is being able to receive the signals. Okay, so that we are going to discuss in detail. Coming to the case of probes, we know that it looks like a normal coaxial cable, and it is nothing but it is a normal coaxial cable. So this coaxial cable, it is being taken as, so where if we take any rectangular waveguide, consider that this is a rectangular waveguide which is being taken, in which the wave is need to propagate. We are willing to propagate the signals through this waveguide. Okay, so when the wave is need to propagate, let me see or let me explain how a probe is being connected, where that can be used to transmit the signals or can also be used to receive the signals. Okay, so in this case, it is being taken as the probe. I'm going to draw the probe. So this probe is nothing but it can be taken or inserted. It is being inserted from the top, where see here. So this is nothing but a coaxial probe. So this is nothing but a coaxial probe where we have the outer conductor. It is nothing but the outer conductor, and we have an inner conductor. So this is nothing but the inner conductor which is being entered. So which is being entered and into the waveguide. So the solid portion whatever have represented, it is on the placed on the top of the waveguide, and whereas the dotted lines which has been drawn over here, that is being inside the waveguide. It is being placed on the waveguide. Okay, so you can see that it is being not in this particular direction. I'll be giving the reason why it is being placed at this particular direction and at what distance it has to be placed. Okay, if there is some conditions, we cannot place this coaxial cable just like that. Okay, so we have to place at some restricted dimensions, only then it can able to excite the or transmit the signals. Okay, and now first initially let me know, so where this is nothing but the waveguide we have. This is the waveguide, and where this is the inner conductor. We can say that this is the inner conductor which is being placed inside the waveguide, and it is acting as a probe. This is acting as a probe now. Okay, the inner conductor which is being placed inside the waveguide, it is being acting as a probe now. Okay, so this is the construction of probe. Okay, are you following, Andy? Please listen to the classes and please be serious. 14, are you there? Rule number 14. 414, are you there? (14). See, those who are not answering me, I'm not going to give an attendance for them. 14, rule number 14. Then I'm not going to provide an attendance for such students. Then 42. Is 42 there? Who is 42? Just respond and see once again 14 and 42. A6, are you there? A6. A6. Are you there? And A6? Then it will be a problem for you. Then the results, you might have seen that yesterday the meeting was held for the second year students. Actually, in 2-1 it was the results were in 2-2 and 1-2 semester. In previous semester, first year, second sem, the results were 69 point something, nearly 70 they have got. And whereas in the case of the recent results of 2-1, the results has been brought down to 59 point something, nearly 60%. The 10% has been varied, and so that has been a drastic fall. It has been taken in the results of the second years. But that's don't want for me that happens in the third year case. So please be aware that and work hard in this situation. You have to be connected yourself that you should attend all the classes effectively and make use of this properly, and you can get the sufficient suggestions and take it serious and do attend regularly. And so the 3 students who have called has been not at all responding. I'm not going to give an attendance for them, Andy. It's up to them. Then whether they attend or not, then that's what the results will be affected. And please be serious about that. Then it's up to you. Then it will be a waste of time discussing in such cases over here. And now here, this will be acting as a probe. Now this is the construction of the probe. Now let me explain where to be connected, why it is being connected in this particular case. Okay. Now the first condition here, probe should be placed. Why it is being placed in that case, let me give here. The first case, whatever the probe it is being inserted, the inner conductor, or we can say that probe here, it is inner conductor or probe should be aligned, parallel to the electric field lines and perpendicular to waveguide walls. See here, this is nothing but, see the conditioner, it is been not just like it is being placed over here. So whatever the signals which are coming out, those should be parallel. The probe which is being inserted should be parallel with the electric signals which is being coming out from this particular probe only. Okay. So, and that should be perpendicular to the waveguide walls. In that manner, we need to insert this particular probe into the waveguide. Okay. So similarly, in this case where we can see that it is being placed, the other case where it has to be transmitted from the terminating end, it is adjusted at the terminating end. It is adjusted at the terminating end or placed. It is adjusted or placed at the terminating end about lambda g by 4. Okay, it is being adjusted at the terminating end, from the terminating end, or we can say that from the terminating end about lambda g by 4. So this is enough waveguide. So whatever the distance we have, it is been terminated. So from that, it has been taken the distance of lambda g by 4. In terms of lambda g by 4, it has to be placed. Okay, so that all the signals, whatever it is being excited, so it has to enter into the required destination. So that's how it is being taken. And coming to the insertion, so we have an inner conductor. To what extent it is being inserted? So we have to insert the inner conductor. Insert the inner conductor to propagate a wave. To propagate a wave properly without any attenuation. So insert the inner conductor. We have to insert the inner conductor. It may be extended to the bottom wall, or it might be of some gap. It has been some gap. It has been left over here. Okay. Accordingly, the adjustment it is being made. With respect to that, the probe it has been set into the waveguide, so that it is being used to transmit the signals into the waveguide. So this is how the microwave component of probe will be acting to generate the signals or to transmit the signals. Okay, so it has to be coupled properly. That's what the coupling mechanism. So the main coupling mechanism, it is being taking place in case of microwave components. So that's what to need to couple properly. So we have to adjust this probe by maintaining these three conditions. Okay, so it has been very easy. You can follow this so that it will be very easy to understand this. Okay, and now with respect to this, now I want to give some conditions. Okay, so so these are the three conditions in which the wave it has to excite. Similarly, for the case of receiving end, so in order to make this probe to receive the signals here properly, then in that case also we have to maintain these conditions properly. So we have to adjust in such a way that it has to maintain whatever the signals which is being generated. So that signals should be parallel with the coaxial cable which is being used as a probe over here. Okay, it should be parallel with the electric field lines, and whatever the coaxial inner conductor coaxial cable will be acting as a probe is inserted into the waveguide. Okay, and similarly it has to adjust, and it has to adjust in such a way that it should be maintaining a lambda g by 4, and such that there should not be any disturbance or interference of the signals. If we maintained other than lambda g by 4, then some interference will be created, thereby totally it gets disturbance. Okay, so because of to and fro movement of these signals, it may cause disturbance to the transmission. Okay, so that's what we have to maintain, a standard lambda g by 4 from the terminating end of the waveguide. Okay, and similarly it has to be inserted in a proper way. So both these conditions will be applicable as the transmission and for reception case. For both the cases, these conditions are applicable. So we have to maintain with the same case how it is being used as transmitting and receiving the signals there. Okay, so this is nothing but the details of the probes. So this is nothing but the details of the probes. Is it clear, Annie? Any doubt related to the probes? Any doubt related to the probes, Annie? Please let me know if you have any doubt so that I can proceed. Okay. Okay. Then I'll be moving on to the next case as a loop. So we'll see how the loop is being constructed, what are the things it is to be considered, and how the structures it is going to be there. Okay, so let me start with the loops. What is in a loop actually, and how it is being takes place. Now, what do you understand by the loop generally? What is a loop? It is a type of microwave component. So let me know what is a loop here. Can anybody? A closed path. Any other answers, Andy? Few they are giving in a response saying a circular microwave component. Fine. Fine. Good answers. Any others? I want you to respond the same as we'll be doing in the normally class when physically it is being taken to you. What is a loop? Now, yes, few are responding. Fine. Okay, now a loop, it can be it is also a microwave component. The second microwave component, we have discussed about the probe initially, how it is being used and what are the conditions it is being used such that it is to be placed in a rectangular waveguide. and that is being used to transmit and receive the signals. Okay, so we have seen the conditions, we have seen the construction of that particular probe into the waveguide. Okay, now let us proceed our discussion to the loop. And for that, the loop, it is being taken, the loop in this case, it is being taken in such a way that where if you see any waveguide, we can also consider as a rectangular waveguide or any other waveguide, but in the syllabus we have the rectangular waveguide right now, so that I'll be considering only the rectangular waveguide. With this, a loop generally it is being considered as a closed path. Okay, so that is being considered as a closed path, which will be used as a microwave component there. And what is this closed path, where it is being placed, and how it is being obtained, how the closed path it is being arranged or aligned, where it is to be aligned, and how the structure of the loop, where it is to be placed at the initial or the terminating end, and what is the size of the loop, what is the thickness, and how it is being taken. Each and every dimension of this loop, it matters a lot, so that it can easily used for transmitting and receiving of these microwave signals. Okay, so let me start with the loop. We'll see the construction of the loop initially, how it is going to be. So for that, I'm considering a rectangular waveguide. Consider this as a rectangular waveguide. So this is in a top view, we can say. So this is the top view of the rectangular waveguide, which is being considered. So I'm considering this as a rectangular waveguide, the top view. And now for that, the same, we can use a coaxial cable. So where we have used a coaxial cable initially for working as a probe there. Okay, to work as a probe, it is we have used a coaxial cable. Similarly, for the case of a loop also, consider a coaxial cable there. So for that, let me consider a coaxial cable. So this is a coaxial cable we have. Now this is nothing but the outer conductor. So this is a coaxial cable. So this is the outer conductor of coaxial cable. So apart from that, we have some inner conductor. So we have an inner conductor, as we have seen that inner conductor will be used as a probe there. Now in this case, at the initial and at the initial cases, it has been connected here, and we have a inner conductor. So this is the inner conductor, and after this, it is being placed like in a loop. And see this. So this is how, see, an inner conductor which is being taken, and it is being wound in the form of a small loop. Okay, so where, how it is being, this is the construction actually. Okay, and I'm not getting in details regarding the conditions over here. Initially, I'm showing the diagram which is working as a microwave component, loop as a microwave component used for transmitting and receiving the microwave signals. Okay, so this is the construction of the loop or microwave component, the loop as a microwave component for sending the signals and receiving the microwave signals here. So this is nothing but the construction. Now coming to the conditions, the same. Earlier we have seen that the probe is being connected in such a way that it has to be parallel to the electric field lines. The inner conductor, whatever it is being used, that should be parallel to the electric field lines of the wave propagation. Now, whereas here coming to the case of the probe, so the loop, so in this loop we have, there is the existence of magnetic field. Here it should be cases in such a way that it is being placed, the loop, it is to be mounted at the end of the walls. So it is also placed at the end of the walls, which is being mounted, and it should be also from the shorted end, and it is being placed at the center. We can see that it is being placed at the center, and that should be at the shorted end. So this is the shorted end, and where it has been placed, the loop has been placed at the shorted end of the waveguide, of the rectangular waveguide, and it is being mounted using the inner conductor, and this is being acting as a loop. And let us see how it is being used, where it is doing to be connected towards the electric field lines, and it is being placed in such a way that the plane of the loop, should be normal to the magnetic field, should be normal to the magnetic field. Earlier we have taken related to the electric field. Now it should be normal to the magnetic field lines. We can say that normal field lines. So why do we prefer this plane of the loop? The plane of the loop should be, so this is the plane. So this is the plane we have. The plane of the loop should be perpendicular to the direction. It should be of perpendicular. Okay, it should be perpendicular, or we can say normal to the magnetic field lines. Why we have to maintain this arrangement? Because for maximum coupling. For maximum coupling, we have to maintain. So where the coupling will be that much maximum as it fulfills the condition of normality towards the magnetic field lines. Okay, so that's what the intention of the loop which is being placed, and it shows that always it should be in terms of n lambda g by 2 towards the terminating end. So we have seen that the same case in the case of probes also, it has to satisfy the case of lambda g by 2. Here also it has to fulfill the condition of lambda g by 2, n lambda g by 2 from the terminating part of the rectangular waveguide, so that all the signals it is being transmitted or it is being received. Accordingly, we need to place. Okay, so this loop size and loop thickness and the placement of the loop, it should be everything to be fulfilled. The conditions of placing these loop should be fulfilled with all the conditions, whatever it is being maintained. Only then the maximum coupling takes place, then all the signals will be easily transmitted to the required level. Okay, so to the required, we can attain the maximum transmission or reception if the loop is being fulfilling the conditions, whatever it is being maintained over here. So this is nothing but all the conditions of the loop. Okay, so these are the two microwave components we have discussed today, and it's been very easy to analyze this. There is a lot of difference between the probe and loop, and accordingly we have some difficulties in the probe. Probe has some difficulties or disadvantages, and simultaneously loop has some disadvantages. Okay, so accordingly will be wherever it is being preferred, which one is being efficient for the transmission purpose, we'll be making use of the respective microwave component accordingly to our requirements. Okay, so this is the details of the loop. Okay, and where we have seen that the main drawbacks, we found that the loop to be maintained in a proper manner. Okay, the whatever the curve, if there is any disturbances, if there is any zigzags in the loops, we found other than a smooth curve we get, then the excitation will be affected in the loop. Okay, there will not be a proper excitation into the waveguide if the dimensions or the shape it is being maintained other than a smooth curve over here. The loop should be of very much smooth, and the thickness should be accordingly we have to choose. and it has to be fulfilled the condition of the lambda g by 2, the guide wavelength, half of the guide wavelength, it should be maintained into the waveguide. And also the signals which are generated are coming out into the waveguide, all those signals should maintain normal to the magnetic field lines which is being provided or produced. Okay, so these are all the things we need to fulfill. Only then we'll get the maximum coupling. Then all the signals get easily transmitted and the signals can be easily received. So that's what the extreme care we need to take for aligning this particular loop into the waveguide. So this is the details regarding the loop. And the same can be applicable for the case of the probe also. We can see here the probe which is being taken. Here the probe also aligned accordingly. Any doubt on? 51. Oh, but I'm not getting a response when I asked the individual students to answer this any question there. So that's the problem we have. So no use of that particular attendance if you won't concentrate. Then what is the use of logging in and leaving the class? That's what the case we found in recent days. Not only this subject, in other subjects also. Then without your proper cooperation and support, will not be successful in these online classes. You have to be attentive. The same efforts you need to place from your side also to make the subjects clear for you. Only then you will be able to understand the things, okay, properly and easily. And see, you can see that whatever the way it is being given, the probes and loops, it is being explained. Once if you get understand, you can easily write without any preparation also. Okay, you have to know the